Hi, I'm Eric Kelly from KellyPlanet.com. This is a close look at Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 4, Episode 6, Legacy. We open up with an officer's poker game. Worf and Troy fold, and Data says, I'll raise you 3, and takes no cards. Okay. So Riker says, I'll see your 3 and throw in 10 more. Data sees his 10 and raises 20. So Riker's like, you got a flush or a full house. But Data won't budge, so Riker folds. This is kind of a long scene. Riker says, yep, you're getting pretty good, but I bet you I can find any card in this deck that you choose. Troy says, oh, be careful, but Data picks a card anyway. It's the Jack of Hearts. So they do the deck cutting thing, toss 5, then 3. I know this trick. And there's the Jack of Hearts.
When you divided the deck to reshuffle, you kept that card on top. You thus were able to have me either save or discard, depending upon the location of the card, which you followed at each step, until we were left with just one.
Yeah, Data wins the pot, and Picard chimes in to say they're receiving a distress call.
The Enterprise has bypassed its scheduled archaeological survey of Camus 2 in response to a distress call from the Federation freighter Arcos, which has assumed an emergency orbit around Turkana 4.
So the Arcos is orbiting Turkana 4, and the Enterprise is on the way to help. And guess what? That's where Tasha Yar was born. So it's probably not a nice place. Data says they've been pushing the engines too hard. I wonder if that will matter. Worf's getting a message from the Arcos, audio only because, of course.
Arcos engineer, estimate 5 minutes to warp drive containment breach. Make that 3 minutes. Thanks for trying, Enterprise.
Hanson, warp factor 9.3.
Oh, that's why. They need high warp to get there in time. But it really makes no difference. Well, there goes the Arcos. And Data says that there's an escape pod heading for that crappy colony Tasha's from. Worf tries to call the colony, but they don't answer.
The last Federation vessel to make contact was the Potemkin 6 years ago. They were warned that anyone transporting down to the colony would be killed.
Ready and away, team.
More exposition from Data. Apparently the colony has moved from the surface to several kilometers of underground tunnels. Worf suggests that Bev stay on board until they can get rid of the rape gangs and stuff, but the doc says no way, girl power, and O'Brien beams them down. Okay, check this out. The underground sets are a redress of the Borg Cube hallways. That's pretty cool. Some colony guys show up and they might know about the escape pod, but right now they've got to go this way.
The Alliance is holding your men hostage, Commander Riker, not us. You can expect the ransom demand.
The Alliance?
Our good friends.
Maybe I should take this to the authorities.
We are the authorities.
So it's the Alliance against these guys. They're the Coalition. And that guy says that the Alliance will kill the escape pod guys no matter what, but in exchange for some phasers, he'll help get them back. Oh, those laser tag lights they have on their chests are proximity sensors that detect when the Alliance guys are around. I'm sure that'll be a thing later. Bev says, we all know about your crappy planet. And the guy's like, oh yeah, how?
A former crewman was born here.
Where's he now?
She was killed in the line of duty.
That's as good a way to die as any. Ancient history. This is now. And your men are in trouble.
So he gives Riker a bottle of hooch, and they beam back. Coalition guy says, find out all you can about this Starship Enterprise. And that makes no difference either. Riker tells us because of those laser tag sensor things, the violence is pretty much over with on the colony. They just raid each other for supplies here and there, and that's about it.
Coalition. Alliance. It all sounds so reasonable, but what you've described is the behavior of urban street thugs. We certainly won't trade weapons for crewmen.
They have to deal with the Coalition until there's a better option, and Worf is getting a message. That guy still does not tell us his name, but it's Hayne. And that pretty lady is Ashara Yar, Tasha's sister. So Hayne says he's decided to help find the escape pod guys for free, and Worf says, yeah, I don't trust him. Let's see what Troy has to say.
He's deceiving us, and he's clearly hoping to manipulate us. As for the identity of the young woman, I can't really tell.
Nevertheless, this is an option we cannot neglect. For now, let's see what she has to say.
Ashara beams aboard as liaison and gives Data a map of the tunnels. They go for a walk, and Ashara thinks Tasha was a coward for leaving to join Starfleet and acts like she doesn't even care about her. Then we go to the observation lounge, and it's not awkward at all. They don't think she's really Tasha Yar's sister, and Ashara says, well, you can scan my DNA, and the doc says, well, yes, I will. Blah, 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 and they get to a hostage video from the Alliance.
Enterprise, have been instructed to say that you have 20 hours to make reparation, or my pilot and I will be killed.
Ask them if we can at least send some medical.
Ashara says, yeah, they're not kidding. Geordi says he just made up some tech thing that can track the escape pod guys, but they need the pod itself. And Ashara knows exactly where it is. See, it's right there. The doc scans for a DNA match, but the results will take a few hours. Ashara asks how Tasha died, and Data explains the whole Armis thing to her. Okay, so the plan is to give Ashara a gun and beam her in as a distraction because she has one of those laser tag sensors, while Riker and his team go to get the escape pod. Okay, there she is, and there they go.
Jordy, what is taking so long?
There's a lot of damage here. The myographic scanner is operational, but the power source keeps fluctuating.
Can you fix it?
I can probably run a shunt from the converter.
How long will it take?
10 minutes?
Do it.
No way they have 10 minutes, but okay. O'Brien can't get a lock on Ashara because, of course, so Riker goes to find her. Nope, she gets shot, and he does too. I guess Riker's comm badge allows for the transporter lock. I don't know, maybe they should have given her one of those too. And O'Brien beams them up. Riker tells Picard Ashara has a few cracked ribs from what, falling down? And she'll be alright. And oh yeah, she really is Tasha's sister.
You took some unnecessary personal risks, number one.
We lost Tasha on an away team under my command.
It's an emotional response, Will. We can't afford it.
Understood.
Commander? Well done.
Ooh, it looks like Ashara got some clothes from Troy's closet. She has data where Tasha was posted, and he says, over there where Worf is now. She had a lot of friends, and we all miss her. Geordi found the escape pod guys, but they're 2 kilometers under a bunch of solid granite, so he's going to have to shoot a hole through it first, because common rocks stop transporters now.
If it wasn't for my implant setting off all the alarms, I could guide you to your men.
We could remove the implant.
No, it has a micro-explosive inside that detonates on contact with air.
Data says, we can use a force field or something, it'll be fine. Before we get to that, there's a really long scene in 10 forward about Tasha and Data and Ashara becoming friends, and you won't miss any of this.
Shara is willing to have the implant removed, sir.
Good. Inform Dr. Crusher.
She has also expressed a desire to leave the colony. She hopes to apply to the Academy and eventually join Starfleet.
Troy doesn't buy it, and I don't either. I think she's just using them to get her implant out. And Troy tells Data to watch out, but he says, she's my friend. Ashara says she'll need to call Hayne and tell him about her plans, and then kisses Data, because I guarantee you she's full of crap.
Report.
It's working.
See?
Dr. Crusher has successfully removed Ishara's magnetic implant, enabling the young woman to guide our rescue attempt. Without my intending it, she has virtually become an active member of the crew.
Holy crap, they let her walk around the ship with a phaser? What? Oh, the rescue team is ready. Geordi shoots his phasers so the transporter works, and here we go. They walk around the redressed Borg cube for a while, and then she says the escape pod guys are behind that door. So Riker shoots that guy, and they bust the door in. Ashara shoots that guy, but he sets off the alarm, and she takes off. Worf takes the escape pod guys, and Riker and Data go after Ashara. Remember, most of the violence in this colony has ceased because of the laser tag sensors, but she doesn't have one anymore, so she's like a ninja.
The fusion generator is overloading. You are attempting to disable the defense system. For what reason? We have rescued the crewmen.
I don't care about your crewmen.
See, yeah, knew that was coming. Her army is waiting just outside to come and take over. Data says, I can't let you do that. She says, well, you don't have a choice, and I will kill you.
Was this your intention from the beginning?
We never could have gotten this deep into Alliance territory without your help.
Our help was not deliberate. You deceived us.
Then she says, you got your escape pod guys, what do you care if I blow this place up? And he says, because you lied about being my friend, and I fell for it. Yeah, get used to it, man.
My duty requires me to intercede.
Good for you, Data. He shuts the thing off, and Riker says her phaser was set to kill. And now we're back on the ship, and why is she not in the brig? Hayne says he wants her returned immediately, and Riker's like, no way, but Picard then tells Data to take her to the transporter room. Okay, I would have thrown her in the brig.
You're far more charitable than I would have been, Captain.
I understand your feelings, number one. I share them. Perhaps the fault lies in ourselves. Each of us that wanted to see something of Tasha in this woman.
Ashara says she did what she had to do, but she's sorry if she hurt Data. And of course he's like, well, I don't have feelings, lady. And Data says, oh, by the way, I slept with your sister. He doesn't say that, but he should have. And she beams out of there. Data stops by to see Riker because he's bothered about how Ashara tricked him. Riker says, in all trust, there's the opportunity for betrayal.
Then it is better not to trust.
Without trust, there's no friendship, no closeness. None of the emotional bonds that make us who we are.
And yet you put yourself at risk.
Then Data says, well, it's probably a good thing that I don't have feelings. And Riker says, yeah, perhaps. Oh, look, Data kept the laser tag sensor they cut out of Ashara's chest. That opening poker scene was a lot longer than normal, and I was trying to figure out why. Part of it was to pad runtime, but it also showed us how Data is not totally gullible. I guess that was the point. There was a milestone set here. In the first Captain's Log, Picard mentions Camus 2, which is a reference to the very last TOS episode, which was the 79th, and this was the 80th episode of TNG. This aired right before Halloween in 1990, and back then we didn't know Star Trek would be a thing for, decades to come. Wesley did not appear in this one. This episode's fine, it's not one of my favorites. Probably because there's all this social commentary about gang warfare and, not fun stuff. It's middle of the road, 3 deltas out of 5. You can let me know how you feel about that. If you liked that video, thank you. It'll be cool if you'd subscribe and maybe make a comment if you'd like. There's more Star Trek videos and related content on my website. Check it out at erickelly.com. I'm Eric Kelly. Live long and prosper.